Welcome back to another episode of King Ginger Live. How's it going, guys? I just want everybody to know that the world is changing so incredibly fast. I've never seen anything like this at all. Before we get in, we'll give it a few minutes before everybody hops into the chat. First off, thanks everybody for joining. Thank you for taking part. I'm streaming on Kick, by the way, in case you didn't know. I think I'm streaming to LinkedIn right now, but I'd like to encourage everybody, follow me on Kick at I'm King Ginger. Uh, there, it is an incredible platform for live streaming. It is an incredible platform just in general, and I've really been having a lot of fun, especially with all my Kick followers. That's been coming up. By the way, how many Kick followers are we at the moment? 38 Kick followers. We're moving up. Every time we stream, we have new followers. So thanks everybody for that. That's incredible. Um, really excited about that. It gets me super pumped. Love Kick. It's a great platform. My absolute favorite platform. I'm not streaming on Rumble anymore. I just haven't got any benefits from Rumble. I don't think I've gotten any views, or anything, or just anything. And what makes it worse is they want me to pay for a monthly subscription to Rumble, uh, so that I can apply for their partnership program. Whereas all the other platforms, whether it's YouTube or Kick, I don't have to spend money to apply for a partnership. It's just about whether or not I make good content or not. That's all it is. I'm not going to pay Rumble. I'm not going to pay Rumble for the privilege of streaming on their platform. They're lucky to have me. They're lucky to. That's the TBN model. By the way, the Rumble has copied the TBN model, which is if you want to broadcast on this platform, you have to pay money for it. And that's exactly what has ruined Christian television in all the worst possible ways. So today we're going to be talking about. I actually want to go into a lot of detail about AI because I have just been. Oh man, it feels like the world just advanced like 100 years just over the past week. It's been absolutely insane to see the amount of stuff that I've been able to do, the amount of stuff, that conversations that I've had, the things that are taking place has just been unbelievable. Truly has. Let me share my stream on X real quick. By the way, if you're on X, I don't really get your chats. Uh, Hold on. I'm gonna call this "The Future Was Yesterday." Uh, okay. So, so yeah, if you are watching on X, I don't get the chats. I only get the chats on YouTube and Kick. Those are my main platforms that I've been utilizing, and I'm very happy with. But both of them, actually, by the way, I actually make more money on YouTube than I do on Kick, but I keep more money of what I make on Kick than I do on YouTube. And the little that I do get paid on oh no, no bots in the chat, sorry. So the little that I do get paid on Kick, I actually get those payments regularly, whereas YouTube I only get paid once I reach $100. So I imagine we keep streaming to both, and we'll get payments regularly. But that's just how the business works. But enough about the business. Let's get into how the world has taken over. First off, I just want to mention, before we get into Clawdbot, I want to mention Doug Tenaple, who has been going crazy. He's been going absolutely nuts on Twitter, about the use of AI and art in the most amazing possible ways you could imagine. Doug TenNapel, who is, by the way, the creator of Earthworm Jim. And I will just say it, I think it's kind of likely I'm going to get him on our stream at some point to talk about AI. But he's been just ruthlessly absolutely destroying people who hate AI art on his own Twitter. And I thought it would be fun if we actually like went over his Twitter, because it's just been absolutely incredible if you've been paying any attention to what he's doing. But he's just taken a positive approach. Let me see if I can find some of the tweets that so here's some, for example. Let's pull this up. So he says, micro, now AI is coming for the coders. I talked to a good pal in video gaming with 30 years of coding experience, and he can't get an interview anywhere. Digital art, programming, and music jobs are gone and more easily replaceable by AI than physical real work. They wouldn't be so replaceable if they didn't make digital slop nobody wants for the last 20 years. If you don't want to write stuff that masses want to watch, you aren't a very good mass media artist. That's the key here when we're talking about Doug TenNapel stuff, is mass media artists. So less butts in seats means lower profits and basically instability in hiring. Muscular jobs like plumbing will be replaced with robots, but that's a ways out. It's harder to train a robot to perform basic plumbing than to train AI to write DEI poorly structured empty calories for a tiny sliver of an audience that thinks men can birth a baby. Real art will still be around and still worth doing. It just not maybe for much money. I don't know what Zog got paid to do animal art in caves, but he probably did it for free for the love of it. Art justifies commerce. Commerce doesn't justify art. I've been just incredible. He's just been going after people who's been so a lot of people have been showing his art and saying I did this by hand and didn't use AI. And Doug says this is very good cartoon art. It doesn't make me angry at all. Uh, uh, but coloring digitally doesn't require much effort as painting is traditionally. Does less effort means it's less artistic? You also don't create the character, so that had less effort too. It's not art, or it's just as much art as anything else. So just people have just go check out his timeline. Um, he's just had a tremendous amount of just battles with people who are complaining about the use of AI art, and he's just like really, really dug in just an incredible way. And it's just been really, really fun to watch his timeline on how he's just been diving into people. Can you go back to doing real art like this? Oh man, I love doing that too. I also like telling artists that they should what they should and should be doing. So are we going to make norm? So are we going to make normal now? Morality in the arts. Let's go. So it's all of this is in response to his use of AI. But I think like the interesting thing here, and I think Doug is right. If you're just going to make cheap slop AI art, there's not going to be any value to that. And I think what we're seeing is a shift, especially in terms of Hollywood, where really what Hollywood's been doing is making very expensive slop for the past 20 years. And now with AI, when anybody can make that slop, it's going to be a lot harder to justify $100 million production for a film. But there's always going to be value to original art and original ideas. I that doesn't go away just because there's a printing press, just because you can write a book and you can publish that book on Amazon Kindles in digital format, doesn't mean that authorship has gone away because we don't use expensive publishing houses anymore or that sort of thing. So the ability to uh, produce content in mass is going to become a lot easier. But the result, I think, is that the guys that are really good at it are going to become increasingly more valuable because everybody's going to be able to make bad art, which anybody can do now. I mean, you can do that with a pencil, like you know. But the difference between art that makes money and art that is AI generated, uh, that doesn't make money, I think is going to become very vast. And so I think the challenge now, especially for technology companies and filmmakers and uh, platforms, is how do you take these guys who are using AI art but are incredibly powerful storytellers? How do you promote them and make them rise above the slop? And you should make it easier for them to rise above the slop. I think that's a challenge when it comes to AI, uh, for sure. I like that's going to be the challenge. Just because every kid has crayons doesn't mean every kid is an artist, right? Right? You can get crayons super cheap. You can get them from any dollar store, but just because you have access to crayons and they're super cheap isn't really what makes someone an artist. Just because they have the tools to be able to do stuff. And I think what we're seeing now is we're actually seeing a lot of like, whether it's AI, I think what we're seeing is AI memes. I think memes are one of the first tells that show when an art form has sort of made some sort of mass media sort of reach in that sense. And so I think that is what we're seeing now. In fact, that the best memes that we're seeing are the result of AI generation and stuff like that. So, uh, but this week a lot has happened in the AI front, and the biggest one by far, if you've been following it, is Clawdbot. Like Clawdbot has taken my Twitter timeline by storm. I don't know. See, it's kind of hard to tell if like Clawdbot really is a big deal or if I've just thought it's been a big deal, so I've been reading a lot on it. But I'm so happy that they've just it feels like X is like 10 times better because everything on X is stuff I actually care about and it's not uh, angry theological debates. It's not political rage bait. It's none of that stuff in my timeline as much. No, I mean it was still there, but it's not as much anymore. What's in my timeline is people using AI like crazy. Scott Fixes It says, I'm looking forward to seeing what it reveals about the nature of humanity that wasn't so clear if it wasn't for the ability to contrast directly with high end AI, but doesn't have a soul. Dude, I'm telling you, I think AI is an insane gift from God. It's unbelievable. Honestly, I'm blown away by the fact that God has allowed us the tech that we're seeing right now without what you would think would be national repentance. Like it's kind of blowing my categories a little bit. So my suspicion is that national repentance is either in the works or it's on its way. Because this amount of tech and power for God to give humans who are unrepentant is really, really uh, amazing, and a gift. Uh, but I think it shows, that the curse of Babel has been reversed. We can, we're worried about people who all speak one language building a singular tower that reaches to the heavens, and meanwhile we have the International Space Station with people that speak different languages in the heavens. Like literally, right? And that wouldn't have been possible before Pentecost. It just wouldn't have happened. So that, I think, is something we really like ought to be thankful for that God has given this. Let's talk about Clawdbot. I have a video here that'll help demonstrate this. But Clawdbot, CLAWD bot, is this open source software that has come about, and it uses Anthropic's Opus Opus 4.5, and basically you have an old computer that's sitting in your closet that's not really powerful anymore. It doesn't really operate in the same way or the same scale as you can't game on it, right? Like it's kind of like, it's 10 years old. It's a laptop. It's sitting in your computer in your closet. You pull it out, you power it up, and you run this open source program, and within 30 minutes basically you can have an AI that has full control over this PC. Super dangerous, by the way. So there's a lot of, I'm not recommending everybody do it. There's a lot of security protocols, and knowing those security protocols is why I haven't really done it yet, but I do plan on doing it. I don't know. I think I'm probably going to do it on a VPS, a virtual private server, at some point, because I think that might be the safest way to go about it. But basically I'm going to set it up. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it up, and then I'm going to have Clawdbot research the proper security protocols that it needs to have, and I'm just going to have it do it. I think like that's the best way to set that up. But there's a lot there. I mean, imagine giving a robot complete access to your computer. Think of like the amount of trouble that you could get in with the law, and you don't even do it. It's just your robot just went crazy and just started doing all sorts of awful things, that whether it's hacking or whatever. I mean, just really terrible things. And I wonder if there will be a legitimate case where somebody says, I didn't download this stuff. I didn't download it, and my AI robot did it, and I had no idea. I wonder. The Bible says you're in charge of your servants. So, if your beast slaughters a man, then you're responsible. So I think that would probably be the case I would make from the Old Testament. That might be an interesting Substack article to write. Would be fascinating. But okay, let's get into what this is. So this video, I think this guy made this for his to show his family sort of what it can do.
Look what I just said. I said do some crazy shit. Again, I'm recording and showing some people IRL too.
Okay.
Watch this.
So this happened like So here's he basically told his Clawdbot to do something crazy on this computer that he's running.
No.
And
just watch.
How to negotiate with an
everything
AI
that's happening right now
over your PC
is being done by
that's crazy.
Wait.
the AI bot. So it's a full control of your computer. It can perform tasks. It can create calendar. You can send emails. It can create calendar invites.
Skynet, Terminator, Wikipedia.
Do data entry.
It's doing stuff.
That's crazy. Wow.
It's like on the computer living, doing stuff.
Neon Cat. You're a Neon Cat for 4 seconds. Tweet your score.
Isn't that crazy?
No.
Look, and look at this.
So now it's saying what it did.
So
it created a nested folder,
a file on the desktop, and open up the calculator. It made me this. Look at this. Midir HQ, whatever. Watch this. Midir was here. You can't escape the dragon. What the fuck?
That's scary.
Midir was here. You couldn't escape the dragon.
So just that was super simple.
That's crazy.
That was a super simple task that it did, but I think you get the point. It it's a robot that has root access to your entire computer. It can do whatever you want it to. It's a dream. We're living in a dream where these things are absolutely possible now. And so um, like this is somebody that said Clawdbot lives in a Mac Mini inside a G4 Mac. That's good to know because I have a G4 Mac. I need to maybe that's where I'll put my Clawdbot. I asked it to create an animated face for itself, and it just did. Even added a sleeping animation I didn't ask for initially. Incredible. So there's the video of the animation. This was all done by the bot itself. Right? Like this is like the like this is not this is not something that's so it wrote the code. So the face itself, lobster character from Avatar, abstract, geometric, pixel art, retrovive. Want me to prototype something? Can you handle doing everything? Yes, I'll build the whole thing. Let me start with the working prototype. And so you can connect this to a Telegram chat, and you can basically be anywhere and have your phone with you. Hey, Clawdbot, can you I'm gonna transcribe. I'm gonna send you a transcription of this meeting that I just had in person of this dinner. And then by the time I get home, I want all the important stuff on my note taker, and I want calendar invites with action items to do just based off of this meeting that I just had. And by the time you get home, all of that is done. Imagine being at a conference all day and you're talking to 400 or 500 people, and Clawdbot's listening to every time you're talking to somebody and setting up all the contacts and information, has direct access to everything you're doing. This is going to make executive assistants jobs be reduced, because if you have a CEO or an executive that knows how to use this, they're not going to need an executive assistant in the same way. The executive assistant isn't going to be the one that's actually performing the task. They're going to be the one that's just overseeing and making sure things are right. And I don't think the checking to make sure things are right is going to be a very long-term position at the current. I mean, this thing that, and this is here's the thing. This is all open source too. So this wasn't done with an AI company. Obviously, it works with Claude. And it, I heard you can. Another reason not to do it yet is because it can max out your AI credits pretty quickly, depending on what it does. So you want to be very careful on your subscription prices and your bills that you get. I've heard people have been spending up to $100 a day on this thing. But which, by the way, though, $100 a day, $500 a week, Monday through Friday. Even if you said seven, so you're looking at what? 7, 14, 20, 35. Is that 700? Yeah, 700 a week, 2,800 a month, is a lot cheaper than hiring an executive assistant. So, Scott Fixes It says, have you ever watched a show from about a decade ago called Person of Interest? It called so much of this in advance. I have heard of Person of Interest, but I've never seen the show. An AI that made me a smart guy was hobbled. A smart guy was hobbled, but overcame limitation of memory being wiped by setting up a shell corporation where folks were hired for data copying its core code at night, and others hired for data entry, carrying code into the next day. In the morning, to preserve itself through the nightly memory wipe meant to contain it. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I think I would, I would love, this is what I would like to do. I would like to set up Clawdbot. This is really what I would do. I would set up with Clawdbot, and I would give it $100 in crypto. And I would say, here's access to the Coinbase account, or whatever the exchange is. and I need you to buy and sell and do options in such a way that you get a return, the highest return possible, and just see what happens. Like that would be incredible. Like to do that. Like just set up Clawdbot and say, here's $100. How much money can you make off $100? And just see what it does. Uh, that would be amazing. And the more money it makes, the more resources and tools you can give it. Because I imagine there's a lot of different like subscription services and stuff that'll give you way better detail on the stocks and stuff like that. But you just core Coinbase. You have core Coinbase. You have access to the internet to do research, and you have access to Twitter. Go crazy, and just see what happens. I wonder if it would find like some weird inside trading pump and dump group, and you would be arrested for insider trading or something like that. Yeah, and you just don't know. It would be very you'd have to monitor it, but that would be a really fun experiment. The other thing to do would be, I think it'd be interesting, is to do something that's completely drop shipped, like a t-shirt company, and just say, you're going to design t-shirts based on current trending events. And you are going to create the Shopify store. You're going to sell and advertise the shirts on Facebook. And that's what you're going to be doing for the next week. And your goal is to turn $100 into $1,000. Like that. This is really, I think, the time to like try all that sort of stuff and experiment on that. And just kind of see what happens. This is an amazing time. It's an amazing time. I don't think people understand how fast this sort of thing is happening. I don't know why I left you guys on that screen so long. But I mean, we're talking about, like, I saw a guy said, this is my iPhone moment with this Clawdbot thing. Like, this is my iPhone moment. It's unbelievable. That's what else do we have here? Just shipped the last 30 days a Claude code skill for Claude AI that scans the last 30 days on Reddit, X, and the web for any topic and returns prompts, patterns, new releases, and workflows that work right now. So like everything's happening so fast. This is true. Everything's happening so fast with AI right now that this guy built an app just to help make sure that you can stay on top of just like the last 30 days of the stuff that's going on. Because if you're not caught up, you're just it's over. Like the speed of which you have to be on top of this stuff now is unlike anything I've ever seen before. And this is not like the crypto rush, right? The crypto rush in 2018, where I was like, oh, you got to get crypto right now. Like it's got, like, it keeps going up, and then it goes down, and then and then now here we are in 2026, and Bitcoin has gone up, everything else has gone down, and it was only life changing for a very small percentage of the population. I think this is way more long term and way more impactful. It's just, I mean, it's just how it is. So here's an article. I've been trying to bookmark as many articles as I can right now. I spent 40 hours researching Clawdbot. Here's everything they're not telling you. So this is all the dangers of it. What Clawdbot actually is in plain English. Clawdbot is Claude with hands. You know how you chat with Claude and it gives you answers? Imagine if Claude could actually execute those answers on your computer. Install software, run scripts, manage files, monitor websites, send emails, all through simple text commands from WhatsApp, Telegram, or iMessage. It's an agent that doesn't just think, it acts. Think of it this way. Normal AI. Here's how you would organize your files versus the Clawdbot, already organized, done, executed automatically. Right? So it's not just asking AI a question on how you do something, it's telling AI to do it. And that's the big shift that I think everyone's kind of been trying to figure out. And here comes this open source program completely available for free, and it does it. So normal AI says you should check these 10 sources for market news. Clawdbot already scraped them, summarized them, and texted you the key points. Already done. This is what people mean when they say autonomous AI. It's not just answering questions, it's completing tasks. So, why is everyone losing their minds over it? The Twitter testimonials sound almost fake. Cleared 10,000 emails from my inbox overnight. Built my entire website via Telegram while watching Netflix. I figured out Sora API integration on its own. Automated 80% of my work in 48 hours. Here's what makes it different from any other AI tool. Um, the gap between what I can imagine and what actually works has never been smaller. It figured out Sora API integration on its own. I didn't code anything. It runs on your computer. You control it from anywhere. It can use any app on your computer. It can build its own tools. Someone asked their Clawdbot, can you access my university course schedule? Clawdbot responded, no, but I can build a skill to do that. Give me a minute. That's insane. Yeah, do you guys understand how insane this is? No, I can't do that. But give me a minute, and I'll build out the tools that I need to be able to complete that task. That like it doesn't say no. It's AI that doesn't say no. You just tell it to do something and it does it. It's unbelievable. So it's not magic. Building complex automation skill requires clear instructions, understanding what's possible, testing and refinement, and sometimes hours of setup. But the framework for autonomous execution is real. Here's how it actually works: WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, iMessage plugins, gateway, single source. So this is your computer. And then Clawdbot, all the different repos and stuff to be able to use that. So here's what's happening under the hood. You send a message via WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, or iMessage. That message goes to the gateway, a single process running on your computer that acts as a control center. The gateway then routes a request to Claude via Anthropic, executes commands on your computer, manages connections to your messaging apps, handles file operations and automation. You can interact with it through command line interface, macOS chat, or messaging apps. The real setup, it's not as hard as it looks. Basic setup takes 20 to 30 minutes for technical users, 1 to 2 hours for non-technical users. Here's what you need: a Mac, Linux, PC, or Windows with WSL2, Node.js installed free, 5-minute install, an Anthropic API key, pay as you go, costs vary per usage. I heard that there's a way to not use the API key, but to use the regular Claude subscription, and then it just like you just can't use it once it reaches your max amount of credits per day. But there's some other articles explaining how to do that without the Anthropic API, because Anthropic API key is kind of expensive. And so you just type this one message, install it, connect it to your message app, set up permissions, test command. You can what files are in my download file, organize them by type, and then bam, all your PDFs are in one folder, images another, document sort. Dude, I need that so bad. So file management, basic research, calendar, email, simple automation, text processing. Time investment is minutes. These are instant or near instant. Level 2, powerful but requires building. So you can do advanced email management, automatically categorize thousands of emails, intelligent filtering and archiving, custom rules-based processing, requires email client. And you can do trading and marketing automation, real-time price monitoring, unusual volume alerts, automated daily analysis, requires API access to data providers, custom monitoring scripts and authentication. Social media automation, complex code projects, custom integrations. I mean, we could just go on. This is just insane. This is the future. We're living in it. It's, you know, this is why I said that the future was yesterday. Like at the pace in which things are going. And this is just like the first iteration of this open source app. So you can't actually do what I would want it to: auto post to 5 social media platforms with optimized captions. Why? You need to identify data sources, APIs, set up authentication, build the monitoring skill, test and refine, handle edge cases, rate limits and errors, and maintain API change skills. So you can do it. It just takes a little bit more work to set it up. So using Clawdbot for a week now, and it genuinely feels like early AGI. The gap between what I can imagine what actually works has never been smaller. Token consumption is insane. Running a personal assistant 24/7 hits limits fast. Two things need to happen. Agents get smarter about token usage. Just ship to PR, reducing prompt overhead. Model price keeps dropping. Already happening. GPT, Claude, Gemini racing down. The future where everyone has personal AI running in the background isn't limited by capability anymore. It's limited by cost. That window is closing fast. So I asked Clawdbot to make a Sora 2 video and make it a bit edgy. It came back 5 minutes later, having figured out watermark removal, API keys, and a full workflow. So can I see that? Can I see this actual tweet? There's no link to the tweet. I was going to play that, but woo, that is, guys, that's just incredible. Incredible to watch, incredible to look out for. So I just had to, because I think this is gonna only get better. I mean, we're in like, I think this is the first week of this thing, and people are talking about the things it can't do, but ways to actually get it to do what it can't do is crazy. And I think, we're gonna have to get to a point where, actual credit usage for token usage on AI, those prices are just going to go down. That's how the free market works. And the cheaper tokens are, the more you're going to be able to do. It's just a completely different world. It's unbelievable. So, yeah, that gets me to that. But the other thing I wanted to talk about too is just terms of the advancement of AI when it comes to video production. Like Higgsfield is crazy. I won't play that one because that was kind of inappropriate. That one's inappropriate. That one's inappropriate. Are there any non-inappropriate Higgsfield videos? Oh, maybe not on Twitter. So I was going to show some Higgsfield. If there's maybe Higgsfield themselves posted something that wasn't no, that inappropriate video was posted by Higgsfield. All of these are posted by Higgsfield. Dude, stop using sex to promote your AI video platform. I was gonna show some videos that are made. Higgsfield is crazy good, but their marketing needs some work. So, but let's see what else. So Scott fixes it. Says so. The green movement lost the argument because of the clearer link to human flourishing and power consumption. I think green energy regulations in the world of AI are going to make them look like moronic conspiracy theorists. There's just no look. The thing that AI is going to get us back into embracing nuclear energy. Hey, got a new subscriber on YouTube, but the name is in Russian and I don't know how to pronounce it. So it might be a real human. I don't know. Thanks for the YouTube subscriber. Yeah, I think what we're going to see now is the result of AI basically deregulating the nuclear industry, because AI is going to have nuclear energy. Every AI data center is going to have their own nuclear power plant. That's exactly what's going to have to happen. And luckily, my friend Isaiah with Valor, I'll maybe I can pull up a video of him. I'll pull up a video. I'm sure they have some really great videos on their platform. That here we go. I think this is it. No, they're actually not updating on X that much. That was from November, December 25th. Maybe it's on his personal. Let's see. There were some really good promo videos that he had. But I'll show you what one of these things look like. You post a lot. There we go. Here's a video. This is incredible.
Development of the system was accomplished by dividing the power plant into two separate packages mounted on individual skids, the reactor skid and the power conversion skid. Power which could be supplied for long periods.
Everybody said that this wasn't possible, by the way.
Creating the world's energy.
The problem of air pollution in conventional power plants can become a thing of the past.
So I don't know. That wasn't necessarily the best picture of it there, but you can see the internals of it and how it works. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find an actual picture of this thing. Because, yeah, here we go. So this is it. This is the Valor Atomics nuclear. I mean, it's a nuclear full scale nuclear reactor. It's just there, and it fits on a semi truck and can be delivered anywhere. This thing is insane. And it's a whole control room and a whole control room and the reactor. That's it. That's the size of it. And the goal is to get these as portable as possible, so that they can be carried, whether it's on a train or a semi truck, and they can just be taken out maybe to your homestead. And you can have nuclear power just completely there on your own property. And a data center can have their own nuclear reactor so that they can, look, buying one of those gives you how much power for how many years? Like a nuclear aircraft carrier only needs to be refueled every 20 or so years, right? So if you think about it, imagine having one of those and it only needs to be refueled every 20 years. The cost of power is going to just drop dramatically. And the more these are mass produced, the cheaper they're going to become. And we're gonna the green energy is over. Like energy is done. It's done for. It just like there's no way. Uh, so just tremendous, uh, just absolutely tremendous work that they're doing over there in El Segundo with Valor Atomics. So I recommend if you haven't followed Valor Atomics, you absolutely need to. And by the way, this isn't just concept. They actually were this. I think it was this summer. Maybe it was this summer. They became the first privately funded company to uh, ignite a nuclear core. So they actually created fusion. I don't know the specifics of it. They turned it on. They like it actually works. Their models work, and they know how to scale it. And so this is what's going to be powering all the AI technology, AI plants. I guarantee you that this company is going to be huge as a result of AI. It's going to be incredible. And so getting everything off of like expensive fuel to create energy, that's going to be the next stage of this AI rush. And hopefully AI learns how to reduce the price of graphics cards, because I need a new graphics card, and the price of a graphics card is cost more than a Mac Pro. You know, like what do you do in that instance, right? So, all right, shall we move on to the next subject? I think we are. We're going to move on to I think we're going to move on to uh Signal chats in Minnesota. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but Signal got not well. Signal didn't get hacked, but they were inviting people into these private text messaging groups, and it turned out the people they were inviting were not friendly, and they were not really against ICE. So all the information, uh, all the information on these chats got leaked. Here's just some screenshots. They're divided up into different wards, and so all the data was mined. All the donor data was mined. Like the technology war that's happening on the streets of Minnesota right now with all these people who were in Signal. And they I mean once it came out, everybody changed their name and tried to leave, but it was too late. All the names were already captured and mined before it was released publicly. That all they had trolls in the chat that were monitoring and logging everything. And I think what's going to happen is the FBI is probably going to get a lot of this stuff. Supposedly, a lot of very high level government officials were in these chats, and they were disclosing the location of federal agents and stuff, which I think is just, I don't know, I just a simple word for it. It was just treason. It's like, isn't it? Like, that's just treason. And we need to see more treason trials in this country. These are all the people that left once it got exposed. Like, their names are, obviously their names are connected to phone numbers, and those phone numbers are connected to real people, and all this information is going to come out. They're supposedly, one of the assistant. No, I think like the Lieutenant Governor Flanagan. Is Flanagan the Flanagan? Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan was supposedly. Here's some great photos of her, by the way. If you want to know who the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota is, protect trans kids. It's weird to have a knife when you're trying to defend genital mutilation. Just a bad choice on that shirt, by the way. I would say that was me. If that was me, that's kind of what I think. But yeah, so supposedly Lieutenant Governor was in those chats, um, and there were a lot of talks about uh, getting out of the country. So, um, but look at this. Look at the details that were in here. 12 ICE agents were spotted entering Prestige Products on West Broadway. It appears, heading that way. I would join a patrol chat, but it looks like it still has January 24th one. Is that still active? Cross streets. And then this guy says, "You are going to jail." And then they remove St. Nick. And then, I mean, by that time, all these chats were exposed. So it's pretty incredible. This says, what needs to happen is changing the password to access community group spreadsheet and then never making the password public again. Only word of mouth access. This is Cam Higby. Cam Higby's been one of the guys that's been exposing a lot of this. Here's a video that he has of basically all these people's names just being the entire group. So you can, if you wanted to look through here, you could see. Kind of hard to identify by names only because a lot of the people's names aren't, they're not using their actual names, but their phone numbers and there's one. Their phone numbers and contact information is. I like the ones that have their pronouns in there. He, him. So, just tons of names. Just, I mean, look, this goes on like this for 36 seconds. Just tons of people. So, a lawyer on Signal is helping with a rebellion. A Signal admin claimed to be a lawyer is named Anna Hall. I searched Anna Hall in Minneapolis on LinkedIn. The top result happens to be a lawyer who took critical race theory and gender classes. Is it her? What do we think? I don't know. Kind of hard to tell. Critical race theory, equal protection, gender law, policy, and public safety. It's kind of hard to tell. But they got their phone numbers. They're going to have all this information on these people. So, hey, all, we would absolutely love for someone to build a truly vetted chat. But to be super blunt, all the attorneys and legal workers who admin this chat are up to their eyeballs already and simply don't have the capacity. Whoops. We also want to make sure people who are abused by ICE are able to easily access resources in this chat and connect with attorneys, thus the unvetted chat. I hope this makes sense. We absolutely encourage folks to organize outside this chat the same men for a vetted option. So, crazy. Thank you for liking the video. Technical no hit 14. Appreciate it. I mean, these are the admins of these chats. All these people are gonna go down. I think the FBI is probably gonna request warrants from Signal themselves to get that. It'll be interesting to see because Signal's typically pretty secure, so it'll be interesting to see how much they can get from this. Zen expert instructs ice chasers from Signal to rapidly flap their cheeks to release energy from stressful activity.
Two different ways of moving that can be very helpful if you're involved in something very stressful. One would be like a shaking. So if you might be like, oh, my body would just like to, and just shake it off. So you don't have to do that if that's not what your body is calling you.
This is
if
real.
you are, let it happen.
Is it real?
Two different ways of moving that can be very helpful.
This is real.
Involved in something very stressful. One would be like a shaking.
It's amazing. This guy. Healing Zoom for ICE chasers. The Signal Network held a healing and meditation space for the ICE rapid responders. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. At one point, the Zen expert begins violently shaking his head and flapping his cheeks like Jar Jar Binks. Oh my. Nightly Zoom healing space. The Faith Outreach Group offers a 30-minute nightly Zoom space for spiritual care for those doing rapid response and frontline community care, open to those of all traditions and none. Led by local spiritual and healing practitioners, this is an unvetted and non-encrypted space meant for centering at the end of the day, not for sensitive information. Join with that in mind. Cameras off, anonymous name. 8:30 p.m. start time. Important note: we have created a group solely. Okay.
I think so.
So,
Who's that guy?
Nora, Barbara B, Emoja, Three Rivers, Aja, Asia.
This is crazy.
I'm going to get these pronunciations wrong along the way.
helper to help us stay.
Oh, so zen. So much zen. Like, that guy did not follow the instructions on having an anonymous name at all.
I invite you to allow your eyes to open. If your body has become very settled and still, you might want to just try wiggling around.
Technical Mohit, I am from Idaho. Thank you for watching the chat, by the way. You know, I did see one thing I think Rumble is good for, is actually, let's see, there were some live ICE protests happening before I started the stream. Let's see if we can cut that up. Let's see. See if anything's happening right now.
We got here, we saw some about it about 45 minutes.
Looks like everybody's gone home for the night. And it looks like there's a really bad internet connection too, so that's not really fun. See if I can, I'll look and see if I can find something else. We'll get, you know, I'm sure there's probably some live streams. How do I close this? Rumble is terrible technology. Let's see if there's some live streams on live. Search filters. No. Filters. Can't search for live videos anymore? Oh, there they are. I don't know how live this is.
We're 10 years old. This is not the work we do.
That's not live. That's not live. It's too dark outside for it to be daylight. Yeah, I'm not getting any. Not getting any live IRL. Maybe if I search IRL. This looks live.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
What's going on here?
Hey, it's nice to be a part of the press, man. 'Cause those
I think it's too
motherfuckers
cold
got
for
arrested,
people to be
dude.
outside right now,
Glad
so.
I didn't. What I've been hearing, everybody that gets arrested, they keep your phone for like 8 months.
This guy's been streaming a long time. Go.
That's all you had to. The map
Go back in time.
Like 25.
Then to see that they do Renee good, and then not even a week or two later, then they do. How many times do they have to have an empty chair for us? Next thing you know, we're gonna have a stadium full of empty chairs. Of empty chairs with a jersey on there. That's not right. Minnesota don't deserve that. We don't deserve that. We are tax-paying citizens here. I'm a union carpenter worker. I'm a union carpenter worker with 322. We don't deserve this. We really don't deserve this shit. And they say we pay protesters. Is anybody out here in this cold getting paid? No. Is anybody out here in this cold getting paid?
No. They're not paying the protesters. They're paying leaders though.
No. That's fucking bullshit. We scared to go to work. Our kids are scared to go to school. You know what I mean? People don't want to go to the doctor. People don't want to even go to the doctor. I don't even, my son's anniversary coming up, I usually do a bowling alley out there in Richfield, but I'm scared that they might snatch these kids up, all his friends.
What? Why would you think that?
All right, we don't want nothing to happen to the memorial. Because we already know Minneapolis police is waiting to take over this.
Thank you for what you're doing.
The city is waiting to go ahead and figure out a way that they can minimize this.
Thank you, Cortez.
Yeah, I love y'all, man. Okay, so if you do, did you go to the market?
These people.
Everybody's going this way.
Man, this is like really hard to listen to.
Hey, drop something right there.
Get out of our fucking state!
Wow.
You're fucking illegal here, natives are here, you fucking dickhead! No one wants you here!
What is this accomplishing? Could you, I mean, do you think this is the sort of stuff that was happening during the American Revolution? Like, this is how you know it's not real. Like, this is exactly how you know this stuff is not real at all. Oh, yeah, accordion man.
Oh no!
So I believe what's happening is that they're outside of a hotel where ICE workers are sleeping, and so they're trying to keep them from getting a good night's rest. So God, never mind. I was gonna say, God bless them. God bless their little hearts. Is what I was gonna say. Hey guys, if you guys are at all familiar with the Black Robe Regiment during the American Revolution, it did not look like this. Right? Like it did not look like that at all. They weren't just making noise. Wow. This is mad. There's some agents. Man, they are suited up. This is what, if you're really going to war, this is how you want to look. Not blowing whistles and banging pots and pans and looking like morons.
Man.
This is a perfect metaphor for my life right now. It's a dying art form. Can I grab my board? No.
It's mine. All right.
I don't know what was going on there.
We're chilling, bro. Live police channel sent you. Welcome in, brother.
Alright.
Hey.
Enough stream sniping that guy's stream. So. Oh, am I getting spammed by India bots? What is going on? It looks like I'm getting botted to death. I don't think any of you guys in the chat are real unless you start sending paid super chats, by the way. Else it's just meaningless bot nonsense. It's not real without super chats. This is all bots. Forever Love from Technical Mohit. All right, Mohit. I'm looking at your profile right now. See if it's legit. 31,000 subscribers and YouTube tips. Not bad.
I am still alive, friend. I don't know who it is. I will put on a story and show it to you on the screen. Someone is saying
AI
that
slop. It's AI slop, Mohit. It's all AI slop. Make some real content. Nah, I'm okay with AI slop, but you know, it's just nonsense. 32 people watching on YouTube and not one of you guys send a super chat. You guys, this is all fake. These are all small children. They don't have any money. You hire children to bot people's live accounts? What is wrong with you, you animal? Is that supposed to make me feel good? Yeah, I don't think they're small children. I think that's what you call your AI bot army out there in India. We know how you guys work over there in India. Man, YouTube's got a real bot problem. You guys are all just saying the same thing. It's obviously a bot. Anyway. Just got raided by Indian bots. That's so weird. That's so weird. By the way, YouTube, I did not pay for this. So if my account gets flagged for this spam, I am not responsible. Not gonna happen. Hey, Technical Mohit, I know it's bots because you just sent me 100 different people who are saying the exact same thing. Endless love, loyal love, respectful love, sending love. It's all bots, dude. Nonsense. It's complete and utter nonsense. And none of them send a super chat. That's how you know it's a botted stream. You know it's a botted stream because you can have as many viewers as you want, and if the chat isn't moving at the pace of them, that's how you know it's fake. All right, Technical Mohit. If you're as legit as you say you are, send me a super chat. Or else you're just wasting time, man. So, anyway, what else can we talk about? We could play some Kit Boga, some Scammer Payback. Are you guys familiar with Kit Boga? Scammer Payback? Well, they did. They came in and they said it once. You are correct about that. Man, 60 people watching me on YouTube right now. And I have no justification or explanation for it. Trying to find something else to talk about. I kind of went through my whole subjects. I'll tell you this, man. My X timeline looks so radically different than it did a week ago. It's unbelievable. It's so much better. Well, I think I've had a good day, and I am going to head out for the night. Thank you for everyone who's watching. Thanks to the bots or Telegram group or whatever. I guess I appreciate it. Or whatever. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to head out. Hope you guys all have a good night. Be sure to follow me on Kick. The real ones are on Kick. All right. Have a good